What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're back, baby. And we're a little different, as you can tell. Oh, green screen, we're still working on that. Still got some rough edges going on, but still working on that. Totally new setup. Oh, this is too loud. Turn down. That should be better. Yeah, that's better. All right. Let me know if I can hear me okay. Should be able to. But yeah, we're in a totally new setup here. It is not done, and you can't see it yet because it's not done. Once it's done, I mean, if you've been following, you've seen some of the stuff, whatever, but I'm in a position where it's like, I've got some stuff in here, you know, that I can't show yet. So, but anyway, what's going on, Levi Master Loser? Highly doubt that you put a cone in front of the intake. Yeah, concur. Though you might, I don't know. I'm not a ground guy, so I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. We're gonna be flying the 737 MAX 8 by iFly, and we're using a lot of stuff. I'm using my normal stuff: Honeycomb Alpha, Bravo Throttle with the Pro Desk Sim add-ons, the Turtle Beach pedals. Still using the same camera, same microphone, but it's just totally different setup. I've got a green screen behind me now. You can't see it obviously because it's green, but if you look, you can kind of see the green pop through my fingers there. I'm still working on the lighting stuff. I literally threw this together in like 30 minutes. PU Air Korea radio panel, and something else I can't talk about just yet. But yeah, and a couple other things coming hopefully soon that we're going to be adding to this cockpit build. But yeah, we're going to be flying the iFly 737 MAX. We're going to fly up to Boston. Right now there's a VATSIM event going on. Tons of controllers online, tons of traffic, so we're going to be enjoying all of that. And along the way, we're going to be doing some early American history trivia because it is the 250th anniversary, and I think that's a perfect opportunity to kind of rehash, talk about some of the history here in the United States. So we are flying the Southwest 250 livery. A lot of people are flying that tonight, and I'm going to be flying that tomorrow, and I get it, but it's just so good, and it's just perfect for its 250th anniversary, you know what I'm saying? But we are not flying a Southwest 1776. Someone is already using that call sign on the network. We're going to be flying a Southwest 1789. Southwest 1789, which brings up our first question of the day. And you don't look it up. It's cheating if you look it up. I can't force you not to. But yeah. So what happened in 1789 that was instrumental in the formation of the United States? I really should have all these pre-typed out and just copy paste, but you know. Hold on. I'm typing out some answers here. Sounds familiar? It should sound familiar. But don't cheat. And let's get one more. Let's see. Let's put the answer in here. All right, let's put the actual answer in here. I threw in some other ones. Let's put the actual answer in here. All right, here we go. First question of the day. What happened in 1789 that was instrumental in the foundation of formation of the United States. Put your answers in there. Well, we're going and we're going to go inside the aircraft and get started here. We did already receive our clearance through ACARS, so don't have to look at that. We do want to go ahead and get IFB online. Go overhead here and get our battery on. Come on. There we go. And then we're going to go in Navigraph. Actually, before we do that, we want to go to ground services. Put the ground power unit on there. Navigraph. Import sim flight plan here. I don't like the angle here. Hold on. That's better. Let's save that right there. Don't cheat, guys. That would be cheating. Don't cheat. All right, so we got that. Let's go in OFP here and see what we got going on. We did get our clearance. Let me check that real fast, see if that's any different. Don't think it is, but let's be sure. All right, so we are being cleared to Boston via the Suki 6 departure, Swan transition, Bros Q419 JFK Roebuck 3 arrival into Boston. Altitude is going to be 37,000 feet. Originally we planned 35. So, yeah, just that's a change there. And squawk 3664. Clive is SID, except expect 3701 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 19850. Contact ATC for push. All right, so we got a call in for push. That's perfectly fine. Okay, looks good there. Let's go ahead and start with getting the aircraft online. All right, ground power is on. Let's go overhead and get our alignment set to nav here. And you know what? Did I change? I might have changed. Where is that? Is it in my plane? Can't remember. Oh yeah, I said it was instant. Whoops, meant to be realistic. All right, so if I go back overhead here, it's not too late. We can go off, back to nav, and that'll start the alignment process. There we go. All right. That's on. Looks good, looks good. All right, everything's looking good so far. Get emergency exit lights to armed. Can I not close the dust cover, please? Okay, there we go. All right, and positions to steady. That's good. And we can go ahead and get our window heats on as well. Logo lights, we're going to turn that sucker on as well. We're going to go up 37,000 feet today. And like those elevations can be stayed at 0 for now. Seatbelt signs, we're going to switch to auto. We're going to go ahead and get GSX. Actually, before we do that, let's go to payload and balance. Levi, thank you for the 3 months at Spirit Basic Economy. Really appreciate your continued support, man. I really appreciate it. Went to flight school today. Slow flight. How fun. Hey, slow flight is what gets you ready to land better. Slow flight helps you land better. Now, I'll stand by that. All right. I don't know if GSX will actually, if I do GSX loading, if it actually will load this. Press the refueling as well. All right. We'll see how that works out. We got into our FMC now and start this process. All right, good. Active date till July 9th, so we're good on the ARAC. Oh, I really guess it makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, slow flight helps with your landings. All right, position initialization. We're going to pull the left GPS, put it into the set iris position page. Reference is going to be DCA. And that looks pretty darn close. It looks good. All right, we're going to request our flight plan from the EFB here. No. No, we're going to say we're already here. All right, well, we're going to load that. All right, cool. We got to check our departures. We've been cleared the Suki 6 departure, Swan transition. Didn't say what, which one we can expect, but let's go ahead and pull ATIS from here. Let's pull the ATIS. All right, so arrivals expect Rev 19er. All right, departure runway 19er. All right, so we're going to depart runway 19er today. Watch the ball, even though I'm trying to look out for traffic. It's multitasking at its finest, my guy. Multitasking at its finest. That's how it goes. All right, let's check the legs page. And we're going to go direct to Swan from Suki. The rest looks good. We'll do our arrival once we're actually up in the air here. All right, back to initialization. And we're going to pull this information once we're actually loaded. All right, we're boarding passengers now. I don't think it's actually going to load. Yeah, I don't think GSX doesn't work. Clocked in? What's going on, my wifey? I'm not sure if GSX, I don't think GSX is going to actually. We're going to do fast time on that. No, I said fast time. What the? There. I'll let GSX just do the animations for us. That works for me. That works for me. All right. Go ahead and pull in. Actually, we can just say send to CDU. Yeah, there we go. That looks pretty good. All right, let's check out. All right, we got 2 more minutes on this trivia question. I'm going to end it. What happened in 1789 that was instrumental in the formation of the United States? Do not cheat. That ruins the fun. And y'all should be keeping count of how many you win. How many you got right. All right, I was looking at the flight plan, wasn't I? Yes, I was. Let me pull that up. Let's see. Nope. Oh, you know what? What am I doing? What am I doing? I have an EFB in this aircraft for a reason. I had the flight plan in here. Duh. All right, so 7. We're going to need that information there. And we need to go to wind information. So top of climb, 271 at 21.
This way, please.
All right, so 271 at 21.
Good evening.
All right, top of climb. Let's see. Cost index is 7. It's already in there. What's our top of climb? Negative 50 degrees. That's cold. That is cold. All right, we're going to go. Fuel, here we go. Reserves, 2.9er. We're just going to say 3.0. We'll execute that. N1 limitations. We're going to be T0. Ooh, actually, you know what? No, we're TOG on this sucker. On this runway, we're TOG all the way. All right.
Hello.
All that in. Good deal. All right, where we are 2 minutes and we'll be ready to go. All right, let's go ahead and get our APU on.
Hello.
We'll be ready to go here shortly. All right, let's go ahead and end it. The correct answer. Correct answer today was, for that, is the U.S. Constitution. And 1789, the U.S. Constitution was ratified. It started the ratification process in 1787, the first the Constitutional Convention. And it just took a while for them to get the framers to get it all worked out and ready to go. And then it went for all the states. And 1789 was when, which state was it? Pennsylvania ratified it, and they were the majority, so that made it, they were the 66th percentile or whatever it was. So it made it the official governing document for the United States. So that's what happened in 1789. That's why we're Southwest 1789 today, because someone took 1776, which, I mean, there's no surprise there, right? All right, what was our V2? 42. 142. 142. Let's check our SID here, because if you guys remember, we were our instrument departure. We are cleared on the standard instrument departure. All right, I'm going to stop the music, guys, so I can focus here. That was starting to get distracting. Was your first time taxiing in the Cessna hard for you to maintain center line, or am I just... It was a little more difficult than Cherokee.
Hello.
But I mean, it wasn't too hard. One thing you got to realize is
Hello.
it takes time to kind of get used to that kind of maneuvering. Yeah. Clear Direct Zay, how you doing, man? Welcome aboard. I think we're 5,000. Or is it 8,000? I think it's 5. Yeah, top altitude is 5,000. All right, looks like everybody's on board. That's good. So we're going to put in 5,000 here. All right. Fire trucks and ambulances are going by. Okay, we can go APU gen now. No. There we go. And we can go packs to auto. And APU bleed on. And probe heats can come on. Yaw damper can come on. And fuel pumps can come on as well. Didn't mean to hit that. All right, and anti-collision lights come on. We're about to start our pushback here. So, yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and disconnect our ground services equipment here. I keep wanting to zoom in on that with the mouse. All right. Let's turn this to night mode there. There we go. All right. We'll go back out here. I hope I could get all these trivia questions correct. I'm a history teacher after all. I would hope so. I would hope you'd be able to. We'll have the next one once we get up and we're getting out of here. All right, so our 121.7 is ground. Got that tuned up in my radio. And tower is, I think it's 121.9er. No, 119.1. 119.1. All right, 119.1 is in there. That's good to go. Go back up. There we go. I keep forgetting here's my PFD. And was your PPL check ride mentally exhausting? Oh, of course it was. Of course it was. That's the job. That is the job. They got to make it. They got to make it hard. All right, let's see. 2903 barometric pressure. Get that. And get our secondary 2903 as well. Cool. Are you in the cockpit you built right now? Yes. But it's not done yet, so I'm not showing it on camera yet. There's also something I can't show on screen yet because I haven't done a review video on it that I've promised the manufacturer I would do. So until I do that, we're keeping it off camera. Yeah. All right. So that's good. I think we're ready for pushback. And it's been so long since I've flown. I feel like I'm totally discombobulated. I probably should be running with a checklist right now. We're going to abort that service. And then we are going to pushback and departure. What about the oral? The oral was the worst part, man. The flying wasn't hard. I'd done that so many times.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
That was nothing. It was all the oral. Same with the instrument flying, man. Instrument flying was nothing. It was all about the oral is the hard part, in my personal opinion. All right, let's get our ATIS, or not ATIS, our 3664 in the box. Oops, I didn't.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Three, 664. Let me save this right here. All right. Transponders on. Not mode C yet, though. Interesting.
Locking gear.
Here we go. Is that the one when they ask you a lot of questions in the classroom? They ask you a lot of questions, period, in any oral. I mean, that's the whole thing, right? You're sitting down with the DPE beforehand, and they go through the whole ACS with you. So study the ACS. That'll tell you exactly what they're going to be going over. There's no surprises. It's all there. All right, we're going to push. Nose right, tail left, I believe. Let's call for push, though. Uh-oh, hold on. Hold on. Where's my alpha? One thing I'm going to get is an iPad EFB right here. I have my iPad. I just need to set it up so it's right here so I can actually use it as the EFB. Make things so much easier too. All right, let's go ahead and get our taxi instructions, our pushback instructions here. Make sure there's no... Yeah. What's the current ATIS? Current ATIS is alpha. Washington ground, Southwest 1789 with alpha, ready for push. All right, push on to Kilo, approved, facing east. We'll call for taxi, expect runway 19er for Southwest 1789. Man, I feel like I just ran out of my own words there. All right, let's go ahead and get our pushback continued here. All right, so we're going to go continue pushback. We're going to go nose right, tail left.
Release parking brakes.
All right, parking brakes release.
All engines clear. Start at will.
All right, we're gonna kill our packs. And all right, M.2's Rising on number 2. Put it into idle. And we should see it. Why is it just sitting there motoring? Did I miss something? Did I miss something? What did I miss?
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
What did I miss? That's it. I didn't have my isolation valve in auto. I should be using a checklist. Really should be using a checklist. Let me know if the game volume needs to be up. I feel like it needs to be up a little bit. Don't forget the like button, guys. Really appreciate your support as I get back into streaming here. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. It helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm. When you don't stream for a while, they will absolutely, basically, it harms your channel for sure.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
So, would really appreciate it if y'all consider hitting that like button. All right, we'll go to number 2 here. Oops. Man, I can't wait until I have this cockpit done so I don't have to be looking around the cockpit the whole time. All right, and idle.
Unlocking gear.
Confirm auto, off, 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 on. We're motoring, we're motoring.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass spin removed.
Why are we not?
Left is clear. Right is clear.
There we go. There we go. Oh, shoot. Why are we moving? Like to HC for the first time today. Did pretty well. Also first donut from the second setup. Hey man, appreciate it, Levi. $4.99 coming in with that donut. $4.99 donation. I really appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much. All right, auto, on, MP bleed off, electric, hydraulic blunts coming online completely. Both those on. APU off, taxi turnoffs. All right. And watching ground, Southwest 1789, ready taxi. All right, taxi 19 Kilo will hold short November for Southwest 1789. All right. Here we go. This feels amazing, guys. It's hard to put into words how great it feels to be in something that feels like an like a cockpit. Man, I need to adjust the sensitivity of these pedals. They're pretty stiff. What does it mean by instro switch? I'm not sure what that means. I'm still learning the Macs. Y'all are gonna have to forgive my ignorance on some things. Alright, we'll arm the auto throttle. And we'll go L nav, V nav off the ground. What does it mean by INSTR switch? Anybody know what that means? What this means right here? INST, it's like instrument switch is what it sounds like, but like, I don't know. River visual, guys. Look at all this traffic. Good grief. Yep. That's me. Sorry about that, Southwest 1789. That was on me. I was not paying attention. I'm so out of practice. All right. Why does it feel like I'm not? That feels. That is centered. Why is that not saved like that? He's good. Yeah, newborn's good. That guy's going around. That guy's going around. All right, let's make sure everything's good here. Go strobe steadies on that. Everything else looks good. Roger, no worries. What? Okay, that is bothering me. What's the instrument switch? That's gonna bother me. Anybody know what that instrument switch indicator is? All right, cross 15 at Juliet and over to tower 19.1. See us, Southwest 1859. All right. And then we're going to go...
Approaching 15.
119.85 for our departure frequency. Got that in there. Alrighty. An inertial reference system as for VNAV switches on the overhead panel are not in null position. Okay. They're in nav. VHF nav. VHF nav switches on the overhead panel. VHF nav switches. Normal. Oh. Normal. Interesting. Why was that? I didn't touch that. You got it, man. You got it. You got it. All right, runway 19er, line up and wait for immediate departure, Southwest 1789.
Approaching 19. On runway 19.
One 9er clear for takeoff, Southwest 1789. There's 50. Toga. Oh.
Approaching 17.
Just ignore that, guys. Just ignore that. Don't worry about it. We're gonna be fine.
V1.
And we're in the air. All right, gear coming up. One 125.6 for Southwest 1789, no problem. 2565 Southwest 1789. All right, let's do this. 125 65. And departure Southwest 1789, passing 2,700. Two 565. What is not 125? Flaps up, gear up. We're good there. Yeah, I did have flaps set. That's what it was. Up to 190, Southwest 1789. All right, up to 190. That was all me. All right, let's hop outside, shall we? at that. Goodbye, DC. Heading over to Boston. That's pretty right there. Oh yeah, it's a great livery, man. It's a great livery. Things look good. Looking good. I'm gonna adjust this light. Yeah, I like that better. All right, that's 10,000 feet. Oh, hold on. Sure all this is on. Looks good. This got 37,000. All right, that looks good. Let me fix that light. Just fell over. Argentina's going to extra time. That's surprising. Come on, Cape Verde. Oh shoot. My alarm system just turned on. Hold on. Okay. That would have been bad. Argentina's going extra time. That was not expected. But I would love to see Cape Verde win. Love to see it. Yeah, I'm struggling a little bit. Definitely struggling. Definitely struggling over here. Also getting some stuttering. I wonder what that's about. I'm running the same number of monitors, but one of my monitors is now a 2K instead of a 1080p monitor. I wonder if that may be affecting it. .45 for Southwest 1789. 5 point. Ah. Five, 4, 5. If my thing would. There we go. And we'll go standard. And Washington Center, Southwest 1789, level 19. One, 2, 5, 4, 5. 1, 2, 5, 4, 5. Oh, shoot. And center Southwest 1789, level 19. Delta 370, Southwest 1789. All right. On our way. All right, let's get the second question here for our trivia for tonight. And again, reminder, we are doing early American history here for trivia for obvious reasons. Specifically, we're focusing in on those first couple decades. All right, so here's going to be the question. And then let me get the answers in, and I'll post it. Let's get this in. No cheating. I don't want anybody using Google, because that is cheating. The whole goal here is to have fun and to learn. So no hard feelings if anyone gets it wrong. It's totally fine. All right. Who was the primary author of the Declaration of Independence? George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, or John Adams? Who was the primary author of the Declaration of Independence? There were multiple authors, but who was the primary author? Was it George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, or John Adams? Answer in the poll. And open up our tonight's snack. We're trying out Chex Mix jalapeno cheddar. Oh, look at that. It's a green bag. Oh, that's good. That's a good flavor. Tell you what I need. I need an autopilot panel. That's what I need. All right, question will remain up for another 4 minutes here. Without Googling or cheating in any way using AI or whatever. Who was the primary author of the Declaration of Independence? Was it A, George Washington, B, Benjamin Franklin, C, Thomas Jefferson, or D, John Adams? I would use some particular music from a show, a game show right now, but I'll get copyright struck, so that's not happening. All right, 2 more minutes. Put your answers in. Who was the primary author of the Declaration of Independence? Is it A, George Washington, B, Benjamin Franklin, C, Thomas Jefferson, or D, John Adams? Primary author. Primary author is what we're going for here. Argentina scored. Boo. Alrighty. The correct answer. Who was the primary author of the Declaration of Independence? The primary author of the Declaration of Independence was Thomas Jefferson. There were others that were part of the committee that were creating the document, but primarily it's Thomas Jefferson. He was the one putting pen to paper. So Thomas Jefferson, excuse me. Thomas Jefferson's the answer. It was not George Washington. George Washington was the first president of the United States. He was also the first commander-in-chief of the Continental Army, and then later the United States Army. He's also the guy that he also presided over the Constitutional Convention, and he did that after begging and pleading by some of the other founders, because they were all about to come to blows, basically, and George Washington was the only one that these people pretty much all mutually respected. If you guys haven't been paying attention, my channel is really close to 12,000 subscribers. Now, I've been saying for a month or so, about 2 months now, the 12,000 subscribers will be a big stream. We're going to be doing a long haul, lots of giveaways. You don't want to miss that one, but we're so close. We're not there yet. I think we're like 70 something away. We're so close. Not quite there yet. It's the second one. They close the frequencies? Oh yeah, they are. 125.45 and 125.425. Oh, that sucks. All right. Next question is going to come up here in just a second. This should be a layup for all y'all. Should be really easy. What year was the Declaration of Independence adopted? Don't fail me. Should be thrown over to New York here shortly. Over to New York Center, 125.32 for Southwest 1789. See ya. What year was the Declaration of Independence adopted by the Continental Congress? New York Center, Southwest 1789, level 370. Hold on a second. What was my... One second. Oh, you know what? Oh. Three left. All right. Cape Verde scored. Yes. So talk about 23. I haven't been told to send yet, so I really shouldn't set that yet. right, correct answer, 1776. It's 250 years. It was adopted on July 4th, 1776. The version was introduced on July 2nd, adopted on July 4th, and then signed in August. High Cross News 270, Southwest 1789. All right. Welcome back, Levi. All right, next question. All right, which city hosted the Constitutional Convention in 1787? Which city hosted the Constitutional Convention in 1787? Again, don't Google it. That ruins the fun. All right, we started our descent. It's on track. All right, a couple more minutes here before I end it. Give the answer. Which city hosted the Constitutional Convention in 1787? Let's go. Truck. Or the boss at 134.7. Have a happy 4th. See ya. I didn't say my call sign. Oh well. Oh! Will I be able to check in? One day I'll be able to get word in. Two 9 or 8-1. Boston Center Southwest 1789, passing 27, Rope 3. It's right, Roebuck 230, Southwest 1789. All right. All right, let's. Sorry about that. Got a little busy. All right, which city hosted the Constitutional Convention in 1787? The correct answer is Philadelphia. All right, next question's coming up. All right, who is often called the father of the Constitution? Who is often called the father of the Constitution? James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, Thomas Paine, or Samuel Adams? Number 27. It's in use, actually. Our boss approach is 133. Level off 23,000. One two 5.45. The one and only. Busy tonight in Boston airspace. No surprise. It's a nice sunset. DC's busy too. Glad I got out of there. Hey, who is often called the father of the Constitution? You guys put your answers in. Who was often called the father of the U.S. Constitution? Is it James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, Thomas Paine, or Samuel Adams? You know what I haven't done? I haven't set any wing views. Thank you. No, no passengers. That's set there. What's going on, Chief Jimbo? Oh, Gussie boy. What's going on, Gussie boy? How you doing? Like this one. All right. Who's often called the father of the Constitution? Is it James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, Thomas Paine, or Samuel Adams? Last call for answers here. All right, sent by the Robic 3, arrival, expect 272981, Southwest 1789. All right. Correct answer, James Madison. James Madison. All right, we're going to throw in... What's our final? 6,000? Oh, really? There you go. There you go. That's one way to remember it. All right, next question here. This is a pretty easy one, I think. No Googling. Just use your brains, folks. How many colonies declared independence from Great Britain? How many American colonies declared independence from Great Britain? $3,000. I'll be ready to get this cockpit done so I can show you guys. I got stuff, man. I'm excited. Once everything's working. All right, so we're gonna put in ILS runway 27 in here. Probably gonna be visual, honestly, but we'll put it in here. All right, 1.3. Put that in there. In fact, we can make that primary. All right, 460. .461 technically. How many colonies declared independence from Great Britain? $5,000 actually. Over to Boss Approach 133.0 Southwest 1789. See ya. And Boston Approach Southwest 1789, passing 18.3 on the rope 3 arrival. All right, 2981, and we've got November on board. We'll expect ILS 27, Southwest 1789. All right, let's go to performance here. And we're going to do flaps 30, 140. Looks good to me. All right, correct answer is 13, guys. 13 colonies rebelled against Great Britain, declared independence. It was the one of the few successful rebellions that's ever occurred. That's, I mean, 250 years later, we're still trucking, so pretty incredible. Unique experiment. We are grateful to be a United States citizen. All right, next question here. All right, this is a fun one. I thought about putting this in another question, another answer, but I decided not to. I didn't want to give away too much too early. Got another question coming up here. I have faith in y'all. You will get this correct. Which founding father famously flew a kite during an electrical storm with electricity equipment or experiment? Which founding father famously flew a kite during an electricity experiment? Was it Benjamin Franklin, John Hancock, Patrick Henry, or Alexander Hamilton? When you land, are you going to throw some tea in the harbor? Abso-freaking-lutely. In fact, we're going to dump it out the side of the aircraft as we're coming down. Our Boston Tower is 128.8. Get that queued up here. Which founding father famously flew a kite during an electricity experiment? Was it A. Benjamin Franklin, B. John Hancock, C. Patrick Henry, or D. Alexander Hamilton? Oh, now you're going to quiz me? Okay. Go for it. Ugh. You know, one things I can do with this. Where's the... Because it's a car seat, right? On my long haul? This is what's going to happen right here. That's what's going to happen on that long haul for the 12,000 subscriber stream. You best believe it. What is the oldest ship still in the Navy fleet? That would be the USS Constitution. Yeah, I think it's the USS Constitution. No, USS United States. Shoot. USS Constitution or USS United States. They're the same class frigate. And I don't remember which one is still there, which one isn't. I want to say it's the Constitution. Yes! I actually have a model I made of the USS Constitution back in college. So, it's actually sitting on my entertainment center at my house right now. All right. Which founding father famously flew a kite during an electricity experiment? Correct answer, Benjamin Franklin. They call him the founder of electricity, but I mean, he really wasn't, but you know. All right, this one should be an easy one. This should be an easy one, guys. Don't fail me on this one. Which war led to the American independence of Great Britain? Was it the French and Indian War, the War of 1812, the American Revolutionary War, or the Civil War? All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the music for a second. Let them know it's time for them to go take their seats. We're about to be landing this puppy. All right, we're on track, on VNAV path. FC speed's good. Everything's looking pretty good, guys. I was in the Navy and I stepped foot on old Ironsides. Ugh. I'd love to. I'd love to. Such an awesome piece of history. All right, ILS runway 27. 111.3, that's in. Confirm, it is, it's active. Approach course 272, let's get that up. 272 in there, good. All right, we're gonna intercept the localizer at RIP at 1,700 feet. We're gonna be vectored on to the approach. Our decision altitude is 460 feet barometric. Our missed approach point, our missed approach altitude is 460. Once we hit 460, we'll go missed. Missed is going to be crossing straight to Bossocks. Hold. Bossocks is going to be a teardrop entry or parallel entry into the hold there. Misapproach climb 3,000 outbound, Boston VOR 268 to Bossocks, interception 29.9 from Boston and hold there, as we already discussed. Looks good. All right, let's talk about taxi once we get on the ground here. We're going to be landing runway 27. We should be exiting onto Kilo and then Kilo to the ramp. We'll take Terminal B. Actually, you know what? Let's take Pier C. That should be fun. Another leg or no? I'm not planning on it. It's not tonight. Though you might see me stream potentially tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe the day after on Sunday or something. But we'll see. We'll definitely be streaming again this weekend. I just don't know exactly when yet. All right, we're going to go ahead and when I was in Boston, I visited Paul Revere's grave. That was pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Flaps one set. Start slowing us down here. All right, we're going to end this question. Last question I'll have, we'll get to the gate. Last question will be at the gate. The correct answer, what was the war that led to the American independence from Great Britain? The answer is the American Revolutionary War, of course. Last question I have will be Argentina won. Blast. That's unfortunate. Of course he did. I'm sure FIFA made sure they won. My own conspiracies. Yeah, one last question once we get to the gate. Flat 350 down to 3,000. Vector's final, Southwest 1789. All right, engine ignition's continuous. That's on. Collision lights on. Wing lights coming on. Landing elevation is 0. That's correct. We've got the frequency in. All that's set. We've already let the flight attendants know. Looks good. All right, we can go ahead and arm the speed brakes. Confirm it just armed it. It didn't actually activate. Yep, cool. We're gonna go vertical speed. Dumb question, but is a student pilot considered a pilot? Yes. But you have, if you have your student pilot certificate, yes. If you don't have your student pilot certificate yet, then no. But if you have your student pilot certificate, you can fly solo, right? So yeah, you're a pilot. Down to 2000, Southwest 1789. You're just not a fully certificated pilot yet. All right, go flaps 5. Should see Boston. Yeah, that's the airport right there. Looking good. Boston. Boston. Welcome to Boston. I can't do it. I'm sure all the Bostoners are just going. Don't park your car in the have yet. Certificate is a plastic card, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's plastic, yeah. It is plastic.
$2,500.
All right, turn left heading 270 to establish a localizer clear of ILS runway 27 approach for Southwest 1789. Yeah, I'm not turning to 270. That would put me short of it. Go ahead and activate. All right, flaps. 15, gear down. Speed set 15 at 154. Got the runway in sight. Over to Boston Tower 128.8 for Southwest 1789. Have a good one. And Boston Tower Southwest 1789, about a 7-mile final ILS 27. Runway 27 clear land, Southwest 1789. Alright, been cleared to land, taxi lights coming on. My flaps 30 sets. Glide slope captured. Set reference 140. You like the 737 or the ERJ 144 or more? I think I asked this before. Depends on what I'm doing. If I want more relaxing, I'd choose the 737. But if I want, you know, fun, I want to have a lot of fun flying, I'd probably choose the ERJ. But that's a lot. That's a hands-on aircraft. You gotta be hands-on for that. A lot more. Last time I flew to Boston, that's when the Continental was around. Oh gosh. I flew Continental once. Years before they got bought up by United. What was it? Flaps 40. I want you flaps 30. There we go. Stabilized, misapproach altitude. Set.
Approaching 27.
And I've got the aircraft. Auto throttle's off.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Ooh, getting some gust here.
400.
Landing.
$300. 200. 100. 50. 40. Light slow. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Ooh. That felt like a slammer. Reversers out. disperser's in.
Approaching 0-4 right.
Across 4 right, hold short 4 left on Echo. Contact ground, point and enter, Southwest 1789. All right, flaps can come up over the ground. This can come up. Go stay on. Goes there. Go standard here. All right, let's see where we are. So Echo, hold 4 left, okay. And ground Southwest 1789, holding short 4 left on Echo. All right, cross 4 left on Echo, Alpha to the gate for Southwest 1789.
Approaching 0-4 left.
All right. What was that landing rate? Did it pop up? I feel like it didn't pop up. Tell us A320 next stream, maybe? Maybe. Explain 12? Maybe. Probably not actually, though. And there's a couple reasons for that. I'm working on some compatibility issues with some of my control stuff, so hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. That wants me on the other side. Hold on. Let's change the gate here. We're going to do Bravo 7. Oh, it's behind me? No. Hold on. Let me choose from the map. Crap, it's way over there. Hold on. All right. Right here. Right here. First parking job, how are we gonna do? Don't know. Like I'm kind of askew. I'll take that any day. It's doing that stupid thing. I don't know why the parking brake's not actually working. Alrighty. Go and disconnect from VATSIM here. Well, it won't stop. The parking brake doesn't actually stop it. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's going on with that. All right, let's go ahead and stop the recording here. Okay. What was that landing rate? I am curious. Ooh, negative 542. That's just short of needing an A-check, man. Ouch. Well, that was my first landing in the Max, first landing in the new cockpit, and first landing in like 5 weeks. So I'm going to give myself a bit of grace on that one. Just a bit of grace on that one. All right, I've got to figure this out. I've got to get another monitor or something. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. All right, last question. Last question here. And then we'll do the replay. All right, what was the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution called? What are the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution called? Is it the Articles of Confederation, the Bill of Rights, the Federalist Papers, or the Virginia Plan? Let me know what you think. As we watch this replay, hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, we're going to watch the replay here. Oh, it's doing a weird thing with the lights. Oh, great. That's the thing with the replay, man. It's just... all kind of weird. And the correct answer is the Bill of Rights. You guys are nailing that one. Look at that. All right, got a bonus round. Bonus question. What's your award? Well, how many did you get right? The satisfaction that you know something about your country's history. Amen, brother. Absolutely. All right, let's switch it up here. Let's get the right hand side. And I got put one more in here. All right. All right. What document governed the U.S. from 1776 to 1789? Give or take. Was it 1776? Maybe 1776. Hold on. That question may not be entirely accurate. Uh, 1777. Sorry, from 1777 to 1789. 1777 to 1789. What document governed the U.S. from 1777 to 1789? Chick staker and everything else going on. Love that. I also got to give myself some grace on those wins, man. It was not fun. Get blown around a good bit. Correct answer is Articles of Confederation. Yep. Didn't quite work out, which is why the U.S. Constitution was formed. Articles of Confederation is the correct answer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me. I appreciate you all watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic Independence Day. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe I won't. We'll see. And in the meantime, I'll see you all next time up in the sky.